Okay there. Good morning, friends. Let's start with a screen check, and it's a date check. It's Tuesday, March 12th, 2019. Just got off the phone with my uncle Bill Lightfoot. He became a scholar of history after retiring as a mining engineer, and he's a little bit older than my dad, I guess. But he's unlike my dad. Bill's still alive and kicking. Probably come down and visit me again. If you look in my photo stream, if it's around, got some pictures of those visits. Uh, Keeping that stream going long after me, I don't know. We'll see. Might be able to get the gigabytes and put them somewhere. So what we've been covering, that was a screen test, by the way, of C60. Going across, that was the copper version. Copper version. Now, these balls are designed to be assembled, and it's educational to do so, into like a tetrahedron, as I'm showing here. These are the four balls of C60, but this version of C60 is using plastic as its primary material, whereas since the plastic version, steel, copper, and aluminum have all taken place and been crushed. One of my videos shows slides where we crush, not we, excuse me. Drink of coffee here in my Winnie the Pooh cup. All right, so what I'm interested in is, I'm interested in the crushing. I'm not the engineer on that project at all. So they look so good. I wanted to take them home, not crush them. But work had to be done. It's not about Kirby's art collection. I'm really into S modules. Now the story here, like neither David Koski or I are like PhD math people or anything. He's a union pipe fitter, but always been very interested in golden mean. There's just something fascinating about that ratio and its properties geometrically. Golden mean, right? Ratio, phi. Some people say phi. I've seen tau. I really hope the people who are fighting the battle to rename pi, not rename pi, but have 2 pi be tau. Isn't that how it works? I hope they win, because then tau will be over there doing the pi stuff, and we'll stop messing with phi, which I just think should be phi. That would be easy for me. And then for fun, we divided up the E module into Phi Phi Fo Fum, spelled F-E-F-I-F-O-F-U-M, Phi Phi Fo Fum. Those are subsections of the E module based on LCDs. It even gets more lowest common denominator triangles. Gets even more funny after that, but not funny enough for me to go on about it right here. Anyway, the S module stuff David and I have been working on. He's done the bulk of the work. My stuff around the edges has to do with writing up the Jupyter notebooks here and getting the S modules printed out. I was going to say the story is neither he nor I were that impressed with the S module at first. They come up in Synergetics 2. Are we going to use them? Are they going to have a future? Are they important anyway? It turns out that this game of phi scaling them up and down and getting those volumes and then expressing other volumes in terms of linear combinations thereof of these modules to the different phi level define like a base, you could say a number base. And with integer coefficients filling in, we can express all kinds of interesting volumes, just the normal ones too. So that's a lot of what I've been learning from David, and then trying to repeat back to him in a way that shows I'm learning, and also we're getting some kind of shareable literature out of it. So number 2, by the way, you can take any notebook like that and paste it into NB Viewer. So that one's on GitHub, what we were just looking at. I can cut and paste that URL. Let me do that. And then I'll show you 2 more things, and we'll be out of here for my daily video today. I'll go back to the Jupyter homepage. You just put a link to a public Jupyter notebook Doesn't have to be on GitHub, but out there somewhere. And kaboom, it will render possibly more completely. In other words, the YouTubes will show and you can actually start playing them. So this is a little documentary about the jitterbug transformation as quote unquote popularized by Buckminster Fuller, and it gives you a lot of really cool jargon to refer to the jitterbug transformation and so forth. Trying to get videos to work while I'm recording on Camtasia is always a trick, but there you get the idea of what a jitterbug transformation is all about, and it's embedded in this YouTube, which would work fine if I weren't at the same time also trying to record a video. So the next thing I'm into is this Quakerism. Is very an interesting sect, lots of literature, so it's kind of my hobby since I'm also identifying as a Quaker. I study the history, which just takes me back to all kinds of stuff. I'm really into the Prohibition chapter and how the U.S. has just kind of never gotten over that. We're still kind of a gangland. And, everyone was a criminal, it seems. And Quakers, I think, were on both sides. I've been reading about that lady whose dad was a Quaker who has a she's in the Hall of Fame at the NSA because she was a great cryptanalyst. Let's see, what is her name? I've got this linked up with Medium. I've got it linked to some scholarly articles. So Elizabeth Friedman, The Rum Runner's Worst Nightmare. Cryptologists cracked coded radio transmission to bust liquor smugglers. So I just found out about this a few days ago. I ran her name by Glenn. He used to work at NSA, and he remembered her name, I think, or the story at least. Then let's see, the Constitution. I'm having it read to me at this nice voice, and I don't claim I really totally understand everything yet. Like, if we want to restore the Constitution is one way you could put it. If we want to go back to where we have a recognizable United States, maybe we do. We don't have to discuss that, but maybe we don't. Okay, so the Congress shall have power to declare the punishment of treason, but no attainder of treason shall work corruption of blood or forfeiture except during the life of the person attainted. That's a little bit hard for me to follow. And I'm thinking about Ezra Pound, who was punished for treason, and I've told his story before, because he was on the wrong side in World War II, and they threw him in a mental hospital, which was a compromise as opposed to having him shot, right? And he was a great poet. He just got some big award. Anyway, I'd like to understand this better, and maybe this guy's voice reading through it for me will help, but I'm sure not. I've got to get more advice. Okay, and then last picture, I'm doing a lot of YouTubes to keep in shape. I'm a teacher online anyway, so given delays in that ramping up, I've just used the YouTube as a good way to do my morning workout, you could say. All right. Looking forward to our next chat. Talk to you soon.